I'm Maddie. I live in a converted minivan, and right now I'm on a journey throughout all 50 states to go on an outdoor adventure and drink a local beer. This is the story of my time in Louisiana. It feels like all of a sudden it's spring because I woke up and the birds were singing. You can see little green buds on some trees. And it's March 3rd today, so spring comes fast down here. I am just so lucky that it happened that how I was coming across the bottom of the country lined up with Mardi Gras, and I got to go. I know someone in New Orleans here that I got to go with. I wouldn't have gone by myself, though. I feel like that's... Some things are brave to do, and some things are just... You could be brave, but is it really worth it? First, when we got there, we were walking through the streets, and the houses, the buildings look like you've seen pictures of, probably very old-timey. They got the iron fancy, I don't know what to call it, the trim, maybe, the fanciness. So we're walking through these streets, and there are people on balconies that are throwing beads to the people below, and I'm like, all right, get this party started early. Then we get to the first parade, and these parades have names like Orpheus and Bacchus. First, it's pulled by a tractor, not a truck like I've seen before, but a full tractor ready for business. And the front part of the float always has like a giant statue or something on it. And then sometimes these floats are 2 stories with people all in the same costume throwing out beads and other things. If you're wondering, no one said, "Throw me something, mister." They were just like, "Woo!" So you say woo, you get thrown beads to you, and here are my souvenir beads right here. I kept them because they're in the Mardi Gras colors, so they're my favorite. But they kind of hurt to catch. They're bigger than, I want to say normal beads, but like what's normal? But anyway, they're bigger than I expected, and I probably because it has some weight to it. But then when the person on the parade thinks they're a pitcher in a Major League Baseball game, it hits your hand and you're like, oh my gosh, was that even worth it? I'm also a wimp. Anyway, there's also like high school marching bands and people in costume that are marching. Then we went to see live music, and that was cool. But after the local band, the sun was going down, so then we went to the night parade, and that was called Bacchus. And so it's basically the same thing as before, except lighted up. And if you're cool, you catch beads like this that lit up. So you're vibing. Anyway, night parade, very beautiful, very cool floats. I did notice if something is thrown out and no one catches it, you have like 5 seconds or so to pick it up. 5-second rule. But if it's been on the ground, you don't pick it up. Because it's like, oh, that's been on the street. Gross. So there were like piles and piles of beads and other throws that people were just stepping on. And I was like, oh, that's not good for the planet. But that was Mardi Gras. That was my experience. Check that off the old bucket list. Put that on the reverse bucket list, more like. So, when people talk about having a bucket list, things to make sure you do before you kick the bucket, I'm like, I just want to do everything. So I think of it as a reverse bucket list where I'm just trying to do as much as possible. And when I do something really cool, I'm like, oh, I can put that on the reverse bucket list for things I'm glad I did before I kicked the bucket. Because I just want to do everything. And so that brings us to today. We're going on a swamp tour. The tour company I'm going with is called Honey Island Swamp Tours, and they have a place where you can camp overnight. You have to get this pass, but it's $2. You can pick it up at Walmart or whatever. And so I camped there last night. So I just drove across the parking lot this morning, and I chose this place because it was $25 for 2 hours, and everywhere else it's over $100, and it's a whole day excursion. And I was like, that'd be cool, but I don't have that kind of money. So Honey Island Swamp Adventures, or Swamp Tours it is. You'll see I am wearing my Seadon outfit today, like I showed in the my halftime report commercial, and if you're a patron, you saw it in my video, my last night in Florida. I decided to wear this because it's kind of hot today. The top really soaks up sweat well, and like you saw in the halftime report commercial, the pants, if you spill water on them, it beads up, and you just wipe it off. It's magical. Perfect for someone that spills something all the time. And I'll always tell you about stuff going on behind the scenes, and Seadon did send me this shirt and these pants so that I would talk about them in a video.
Oh, you're Robert, okay. Well, wait, concentrate. You see, like, concentrate.
As we moved down the river, we saw houses that were pretty nice and accessible by road. When we got further, though, there were houses that were only accessible by boat. They look like they have been definitely weathered and definitely affected by the water. Some people had them just as vacation homes, but some people lived there full time.
See the plants there to the left and right hand side with the wide leaf on them, that's elephant ear plants. And all these plants and grasses, all the roots of the trees, all that stuff help hold all the banks of the river together. We're going to have all these plants and grasses and tree roots on the banks of the river. It would cause lots of erosion out here with all the strong river currents.
For this next part, I was debating whether to put music over it or do some narration, because I was on the tour with other people, of course, and you'll hear their commentary too. But my goal with these is to make you feel like you're on the experience with me, and my experience was affected by seeing what other people thought, hearing their Cajun accents, so just embrace it as part of the experience.
Really? This is the first one I haven't got to eat for me, actually.
He do better than I do because I have to have glasses. I can't see.
In the wintertime, they won't eat all winter long. They slow their heartbeat down to 2 beats per minute, and the winter they get very, very dormant. When they first hatch out, they're 6 inches long, so there's not too much to them.
Oh, yeah.
He's a juvenile.
The way he's looking over here like,
Yeah,
I want to know.
Miss Lowe has an appointment this afternoon, but Karen is coming in to take her. So like there should be nothing that she's possum?
Yeah, lots of them, all the way to get up to about 3 feet. When they first hatch out, they're about 6 inches long. So snakes, birds, turtles, fish.
Okay.
Oh, the alligators eat them.
Who are y'all?
So apparently that was
Look at it. Hey,
bottom of
Lots of raccoons around waterways. They don't produce any saliva. They have no saliva glands. They have to dip their food in the water, get a sip of water very quickly after they eat something. They're scavengers.
look, here comes another one right here.
Some more and some more.
Oh, there's two.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
Other one over here to the left.
Yes. Can I take one with me home?
They look all cute, Kelly. Eat you up.
He waiting on some more. Hey, darling. Look at that.
Your card.
He waiting on some more.
Oh, I see.
Hey, darling.
We used to feed some wild hogs like this.
I ain't got nothing for you. Go away. This is all
I
I
don't
want.
like that. People gonna think something really wrong out here.
Oh, you got it. They got it.
We
Y'all
can bring
hope we
him
don't
in for
leave,
you,
don't
too.
you?
Surely he's thinking about coming and jumping in your lap.
Hey, sweetie. Look. That's what he waiting on.
That's so cute how they pick it up.
Look, there's three of them right now.
There's one right there.
Maybe that's what we're seeing. His head's that way. Well, I kind of figured they know they have the upper hand. Going back.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay,
Yeah, I
it's
see it.
this. Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
It's literally on the top.
Time I seen him this year, just getting warm enough.
You're talking about good meat. Ooh, honey. Alligator!
Yep.
Look at that. You see it?
About a good 8 foot there. I'd say.
He don't want your marshmallows.
Yeah, he don't want
See
your
some of them
marshmallow.
like that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, this is raw. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a pretty one. Look at it.
Get that picture, Ansley. Look at that.
Look at that baby alligator.
What time of year do they usually hatch?
About late May or June.
Now, that's a great. Is that
There's a good
granddaddy
chance there's.
alligator?
Oh, we gotta watch our backs. He's gonna get us.
Sure was good. Go ball. Is that a granddaddy alligator?
About 4 foot there.
That's a, you like it?
Look at all those turtles there.
How cool was that? My face hurts from smiling so much. But now I'm super hungry. So we'll see if there's any local goodness around here.
Turn right onto 6th Street, 6th Street. Turn right onto 6th Street, 6th Street.
So I went to this place called Kinney's, and I happened to see some other people that were also on the tour there. So maybe Honey Island Swamp Tours and Kinney's Sea Market, Kinney's Sea Market are kind of in cahoots. But anyway, I said, what would you get if you were trying to try the local cuisine for under $10? And I ended up getting jambalaya and what's it called? Gumbo. Jambalaya and gumbo. Ah, a souvenir plastic bag. I'm a bit nervous because I am picky and I don't like hot foods, but while we're here, you have to. Alrighty, now for the grand reveal. Which one's gumbo? Which one's jambalaya? I don't know. They're all very hard to open with one hand. It's beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this one before I even open that one to keep it as hot as possible. Okay, let's give it a try. Kind of looks like mashed potatoes and gravy. but I know it's not. Time for the first bite. What's it gonna be? Tastes good. Tastes like beef stew. Ooh, there are shrimps in here. Jambalaya. It's very salty. I feel like I need to eat some Cheerios after this to lower my cholesterol. Alright, so that was only this big of a container, but I'm kind of full. So I think I might just taste this and then put the rest as leftovers. Oh man, I could have had saltines with that. Oh well. Let's see what gumbo looks like. Beautiful. More rice. And it looks like there's some shrimp in this too. Let's try it. Normal rice texture. And it's spicy. I think the closest thing I could describe it as is it kind of tastes like Mexican rice. It's like Mexican rice with shrimp. And it's good. After lunch, I got an oil change. Super fun, I know. Now it's 4 o'clock and we're gonna drive west because I am trying to get to Texas by tomorrow. You are going to get to see this really cool beach I'll be on, but it's gonna be tomorrow morning, I think, because it's 4 o'clock now. It takes 4 hours to get there, so yeah. But I am going through this place called Baton Rouge. You ever heard of that? That is a literal ocean on my backup cam. We're sleeping on the beach. It took 4 hours to get here. It's 8:20 or 8:30 now. And finally here. It seems like I was driving forever in the dark, but it's actually still pretty early in the evening. So, looks like it's time for our Louisiana Beer selection. Now, a lot of times I email companies ahead of time and I'm like, would you be interested in me picking up a beer for free and then I'll feature it in a video? But this time it just had a lot going on and I was like, I don't want to mess with that. I want to just go to a grocery and leave it up to fate. And so today the fates have provided Andy Gator by Abita Brewery. It's a style of beer I haven't heard of before. A Hell's Doppelbock. Okay, let me use my cool bottle opener real quick. That's my third time I've ever actually used that bottle opener that I have attached to my cabinet here. Okay, so back to trying this lovely beer. It tastes like a German beer. So what I've noticed in the South is that craft beer isn't as popular as mass-produced beer. You know, that's people's go-to most of the time. So craft breweries have to work twice as hard. And they also make some beers so that people that come in and are like, I don't know, I've never had craft beer before, they'll be like, try this, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's good. So, this tastes like one of those beers. Ooh, but also to be said about the South, I know definitely when I was in Tennessee and North Carolina, getting a pint of beer at a brewery was only $4. Everywhere else I've been to a brewery, it's been 7 or 8 or even 10. Tastes a little German, tastes bitter, tastes crisp. It's very cold because I had it in my freezer. It tastes like a beer that would appeal to a lot of people. And now, since we're sleeping on the beach, let's open this back door up. I am a little, I wouldn't say scared, maybe confused because no one else is parking here overnight, and I'm like, it's camping on the beach. There was a sign that said, yes, camping. Usually you just see no camping, but no one else is here, and I'm like, I don't know. It is a Thursday, so maybe people just didn't think about it. Also, about this place, I wanted to say thank you to someone with the username Cheapskate. They just commented, try Rutherford Beach while you're in Louisiana, and I never make it known exactly where I am at the current time. Like, by the time you're watching this, I could already be in the Southwest, I could already be in Colorado, I could have already finished America, and I'm on to Mexico. But anyway, I got this comment right in time for me to be in Louisiana. So thank you, Cheapskate, if you're watching. I would say I am a cheapskate as well. Oh, do you hear the difference? And do you see the breeze coming in, maybe? I can't see anything. It just looks like a dark beach, and there are lights in the distance, probably because we're in a cove. It smells like the beach though. I am so grateful to be here. You know what else I'm grateful for? GPS and Google Maps. On the way here, I was thinking, I do get mad at Google Maps sometimes, but if I didn't have it, I couldn't find camping spots, I couldn't find restaurants. Like, I would be looking for things that were in proximity to me instead of typing like, blah, 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 picnic area near me, and oh, here's a list, this one's close, it looks cool, let's go there. So you gotta think about everything in your life that helps you and be aware of the fact that it helps you. Makes you happier in life, I think. Ooh, the stars are also amazing. I'll go out and take some pictures. I saw Taurus and Pleiades, a little clump of stars, Orion, Canis Major, his dog. And I learned a new one, Corvus, which is the raven, or the crow. Then I realized I could look up where I was. The green dot was where I was supposed to be, and I realized I was backed up to a river instead of the ocean. So I found out, looking at a map, again, thank you GPS technology, that I wasn't really on the ocean. Sorry for the very poor image quality right now. Hopefully that's better. Anyway, I'm gonna try to see what it looks like to park seriously next to the ocean instead of this river, and maybe there'll be actual waves crashing and it'll be nice to fall asleep to that sound or whatever. And if I don't like it, I can always come back. Alright, praying to the four-wheel drive gods. Let's go. Come on, little car. Go, 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 go. Awesome. Thank you, car. I got stuck earlier. There's actual sand dunes back here. Do you hear that? Oh my gosh. This spot is definitely better. I am kind of parked with the feet end of the car going way uphill, but I'll figure that out. Right now it's just so cool. The waves are so loud. I can't wait to explore tomorrow. I still haven't seen another soul in this place, but oh well. They snooze, they lose, I guess. Oh my goodness. Imagine the grogginess of waking up. But I'm also so excited and so happy to be here. And in the daylight, I found out where everyone else that's camping here is. They're all down there, because this is the section that, this is the 4-wheel drive section, basically. Good thing I have a Toyota Sienna. Only minivan with 4-wheel drive. All-wheel drive, actually. I don't know the difference. But that's what the thing on the back of the car says. Those lights flickering out there that I saw, those must have been boats. Because there's nothing out there now. It's just the edge of the world, as oceans often look like. This is so cool! Look where I am! This place is a beach lover's paradise. I've never seen so many shells because there's no one here to come and take them away. Like, look at this. I don't think I've ever seen a real nautilus shell. This one's one of my favorites. Look how tiger striped that is. It's like a gem. Oh, we heard you like conch shells. Would you like the biggest conch shell you've ever seen? Still intact? Or if that's not your thing, we have a white one. Perfectly white. Oh, you don't like white? Let's go the opposite way. How about black? I wish I would have waken up sooner to enjoy this longer. At first I was kind of mad, like, man, people, don't leave your broken bottles. But I think this is an antique. Look at the shape of it. And this stuff is rounded out like sea glass already. I've been putting off eating so long because I wanted to explore the beach, and I am absolutely starved. I don't really have any breakfast food though. I guess I could always make a smoothie. A little ice cream won't hurt either. We're celebrating. Earlier I was joking when I was talking about I don't have any breakfast food, and now I really am eating sushi. Leftover sushi for breakfast. Not complaining though, it's delicious. Where else better to eat it than next to the ocean? So I haven't talked about this in a while, but while I'm going through all of the United States, I'm collecting dish towels. Not one from every state, because I don't think any human being needs 50 dish towels, but I'm trying to get one from each region. And last night I stopped by a gas station where they sold souvenirs, and I got a Louisiana towel. Look. Fleur-de-lis, That's a symbol of my hometown too, Louisville. And then they also have pelicans, oysters. I think these are dogwood flowers. And these must be, I forget what they call them down here, but crayfish or crawdads or crawfish. You know. It is a little too similar to my curtain I already have, but oh well. Glad to have a souvenir. The only other ones I have of these so far are Minnesota and Vermont. After procrastinating for a long time, I'm almost ready to go, but first, gotta get unstuck. Don't worry, I have an idea of what to do though. First you gotta dig it out so it's not going uphill at an angle, it's just going straight forward. The other side could use it too. Now if you have cardboard, that's a good material to put down in front of your tire so it can drive on something. But I don't have cardboard, so we'll see if I can make sticks work. Serves me right for thinking I'm special for having four-wheel drive earlier. I'm kind of doubting myself on this, but we'll see. Tell me when I'm good, okay? Thank you to Seadon Trail Goods for creating comfy clothes that get you adventure ready without taking a toll on our planet. Thank you to you for watching. Hope to see you next time. I'm headed to Texas. Can't go to Texas without my camera equipment.